every once in a while, you come across somebody that is so radiant and has been doing so much in the community and is so accomplished, and you're so surprised to hear how young they are. And then you find somebody like Kerry Yang, who has accomplished just as much as people in their 50s have, but in such a short amount of time.
I think in the space of advocacy, one of the biggest challenges is always working within the systems. As an advocate, you'll always feel like change is happening too slowly and not enough is being done. And it's really hard to sort of look at the big picture or take a step back and see the work that's already been done and sort of feel more hopeful and optimistic about it rather than feeling like change is happening really slowly and that nothing's going to be done within the next couple of years or within the work that you're doing.
As the position of co-chair on the youth expert panel, she works with those between the ages of 15 and 30. She is definitely just like the born leader type.
In a region like Sudbury where there's not too much representation and is sort of up and coming, not being able to see yourself represented was a big challenge for me, especially growing up. Not having any teachers that look like me or, reading the books or watching the movies and not having characters that look like me. If I can't see myself in those roles, then who's telling me that I can actually do them? Being your own representation and thinking about the generation that comes after you. If you don't have it, that doesn't mean the next generation can't, so you can just be that representation.
She brings humor, she brings friendship to everything. So you get to know her and you go like, I want to be her friend. And then you find out how much she's accomplished and you're like, oh no, I want you on my team.
I don't think there's one thing that I'm most proud of. I think just working with my community has always been the biggest thing. But I think if I had to name something, it would be just the courage that I've taken to be able to step into a role in advocacy and sort of stick with it. I think a lot of times it's super daunting to be that representation for others and to be the voice for other people and other stories.
This cannot go unrecognized. People need to notice her. She's gonna go so far. Let's have people get to know her before she becomes successful, because she already is where she is right now.
I always have a hard time giving advice because I think, who am I to give advice to other people or to an entire group of women and girls? The advice I have is that you won't always get the representation that you need and that you deserve. Be okay with that, not be angry with the system. It means that you get the opportunity to be the first. So you can be the representation for your younger siblings or for your kids even. And I think giving advice is the funny thing because no one ever listens to advice, but once you've grown up, you think back on the advice that you did get and you sort of think, that touched me in a meaningful way, even if I didn't want to listen to it then.